Welcome to Hello Stockholm 2024. We've got a great match now between Burjuman, French team in red, and KFUM Örebro, one of the top teams in blue from Sweden.
Early pressure with a misfielded pull here.
Kept in their own end zone, managed to get out. And a hook sent deep. Nice pinpoint shot. Safe receiver. Easy goal.
Nice patient offense there. Just waited for the easy opportunity to open up.
Örebro, a team that's very used to playing indoor style. Even though this is a beach-sized field, of course they're going to play their classic indoor style. Lots of blades, hammers, scubas maybe, but definitely using their height. Nice floating pull.
Just working it down the line nicely here. Taking the unders as they're given.
Looks like he wants to shoot over the top.
Oh, nice stall.
Easy shot down the line.
Yeah. Nice isolation from the handler, finding himself free.
I think Burjuman seemed to be very comfortable with the unders. I'm not sure if Örebro were concerned about them going deep, but it seemed a bit too easy working up the field.
Two clean offensive holds so far. Let's see if we can see a little bit more defensive pressure now. A bladey pull. Ooh, and out the back.
We'll see a lot of these pulls, buying time for the defense.
Yeah, so effective stopping the offense getting into flow early on. But still nice patient offense.
Another comfortable goal for Örebro. Perhaps we should introduce ourselves for the stream.
Indeed, so it's my commentary debut. I'm James from Devon in Exeter. Yeah, I'm excited to be here this weekend. And yourself?
I'm James Barneville, one of the sexy Devon fish monsters based here in Sweden.
Absolutely, it's exciting to be here this weekend. We're playing internationally, which is always exciting for me. It's always nice to visit a new tournament. This seems high quality. It seems like a really nice atmosphere. Definitely excited to be here.
The format brings in some top teams because the way it works, you have a pool of 6 at the top that do a round robin. And then other pools, you need to finish the top of those other pools to try and get a crossover with those top 6 teams. It's a very high quality.
We're seeing some of that now with more clinical offense. Risk-free frisbee so far. We've seen very few defensive chances. Both teams just happy to swing around in the backfield until that opportunity to strike comes. Good under pressure there, but no gain. recognition of the poach there, finding the open player in the end zone. Again, very patient, clinical offence, looking relatively risk-free.
I think we'll find a very different style of play between the two teams. The French having a lot of pace, perhaps not quite as much height, and the Swedes loving the overhead play.
Another blading pull, and downfielded well.
Örebro running a classic handler weave, starting to engage their downfield players.
Just a pick downfield there, small stoppage. More patient offense, again happy to hit the unders, big hammer over the top, completed with ease. That's a lovely throw.
I think Burjuman are going to struggle to put the pressure on Örebro when they feel so comfortable using the space over the top, out the back. Let's see if we see a change up in their defensive style as we go through the game.
Yeah, I think it's definitely important to adapt in these conditions. These are relatively deep end zones. I think that certainly lends itself to those deep isolations, giving the cutters lots of space, and those thrower-led passes are really quite effective so far. We'll see if we get a chance on D here, or more clinical offence.
Quite a flat mark to begin.
Yeah, I think trying to stifle those up-pitch options early in the stall as a hut goes up. Oh, that's the first turn of the game. Just a drop in the end zone. We'll have the first chance for a break.
Maybe felt a bit of pressure from the height difference, but he definitely had the position. And that's straight out of his hand.
Looks like we've got an isolated cutter. They hit an under early. Moving well upfield so far. Now just happy to bide their time, move it around in the backfield, wait for those upfield options to become available.
Moving backwards, opening up the field. I think they're going to find some space to start punching it through.
Ooh, and just not aware of where he was on the field there, I think. Perhaps could have towed it in, was he? But that's good defensive pressure from the French, sending them back. And now have the chance to complete this hold. Scuba, lovely.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity for the Swedes there for the break. I think they did everything right. Just that small execution error as they were passing around the back. But I think credit to the French for keeping them there, not allowing any options upfield. And then eventually winning it back and putting in that goal for the hold.
It's a fairly even game so far, but it feels like the intensity isn't really very high right now. Perhaps
it does.
Early in the tournament, trying to figure things out.
Yeah, I think teams not quite firing defensively yet. Perhaps as this game goes on, as that scoreboard continues to add, we'll see that come in. That's an excellent pull. Again, putting on that pressure, hopefully to hold them on the sideline here early doors.
The pull's landed in and rolled out, so he has to move it up to the front of the end zone.
And another offensive error there. And now we'll see the French have their own chance to break for the first time in this match. And a big shot going straight up. Cutter streaking deep. Oh, and comfortably makes it, and that's a break for the French. Fantastic throw there, leading out the cutter. Just arcing back in and comfortable in the end.
Pierre Lemel with the assist. See how Örebro react now. They've come into this game off of a big win, 5-point advantage. Burjuman coming in off of a loss. Going down 3 points against Hybrid. Lots of space given to the downfield, but couldn't do much with it. Still in their own end zone.
There goes a big shot. Ooh, under some pressure, but an excellent grab, just getting positioning early, making it difficult for the defender to get round and make a play on the disc.
Saline with the pull, opting for a high floating pull. Fielded, but the defense already there. Oh, that's a high throw. Very difficult for Pelou to take. Opportunity for Örebro to come back and get that lead again.
Oh, there goes a deep shot again, contestable. Oh, and a fantastic high grab.
Very well read.
And that's that break back that they were looking for, putting us back on serve.
And now with the deep shot, oh, it's a beaut. So smooth, so easy to receive. He'll be happy with that.
I think there's nothing better than when your O-line's perhaps under pressure after being broken than getting that one pass score. Get your D-line back out there, give your O-line a chance to regather themselves and come back again. Another bladey pull fielded well and centred.
Good feet this time. Power his feet. Great footwork. Towing it in.
It's called in. That's fantastic work under pressure there. Perhaps a slightly floatier huck than the thrower would have anticipated and hoped for, but that's excellent work to tow that in the corner, having to think about both the catch and your footwork. That's half time.
So James, how do you think the second half is going to go after the first half that we've just seen?
I think we've seen perhaps too much easy resetting in the handler space for me. As we just see that catch again at the end of the half there, an excellent work to tow that in. But yeah, for me, I'd like to see some more pressure on those handler resets. I think both sides have been quite content to stop that and just stop those downfield cuts developing, and perhaps as the French try to come back, try to get that extra break in the second half, perhaps that pressure might have to come from that. And what about yourself? What have you been seeing?
I think the game is as I predicted, the Swedes using their height very well. We've seen a lot more of the deep game, and the French using their under game and their short field pace. I think something's going to have to change for the French if they want to get their way back in. I think the style that Örebro are playing makes it comfortable on offense. Perhaps we won't see many breaks, but with Örebro having the starting offense, it gives them that little advantage through the game.
So here we go at the start of the second half again. Only short 2-minute half times, and that's just out the back of the end zone, so we be bricked forward. Setting up in a classic vertical stack here, and leaving the space to the sides of the pitch and deep.
Pierre Lemel with the disc.
Oh, a fantastic defensive bid effort there, but came up short, unable to make contact. And here goes a deep shot. Oh, and that's going to fade away.
And straight out the side.
Perhaps coming from that defensive pressure caused by that bid. The French thinking they had to take that shot on. It's going to be a half-field turn for a chance at another break.
Very good positioning from Adam Blomgren.
The double defensive coverage there, but fantastic positioning in a matchup where he certainly wasn't the tallest under the disc, but just putting his body in the correct space, making it difficult for the defenders to make a play. And he's come down with it well, and he looks a long way back for the French now, I think.
He's one of these players that you're not expecting much from, given his height, but he's a high scorer for sure. Playing EUICC recently, getting a lot of goals. Wouldn't be surprised to see him high up the stats sheet in Hello Stockholm 2024.
Oh, and another defensive effort there. And the deep shot going up. Coverage underneath. Oh, and a fantastic high sky, almost skying his own player there to score the goal.
It's an interesting combination of players on the French team. There are quite a few with a lot of experience coming in. Pilou, the assister, that goal, one of them. Then we have some youth with a lot of pace, adding that athleticism to the experience. Örebro still with the advantage.
And I think in those last 2 points, we've seen that extra defensive pressure on those undercuts like I asked for at half-time, and I think it's led to the French taking on those slightly more covered deep shots because of the pressure they're facing under. We'll see if it's reciprocated here. Oh, and just a bobble out of the hands there, perhaps two players in the same space, and a chance to get one of those breaks back at a crucial time in the game with just 3 minutes to go here.
Quick footwork. Oh, and miscommunication.
I think more fantastic pressure on the resets there, just making sure that the French didn't have those easy options to reset the stall and really forcing the pressure and the turn ultimately. And just a high hammer over the top, the defender unable to make a play and a hold in the end there.
Örebro 2-point lead, 90 seconds left on the clock. With the rules in this tournament, it's like a Paga cap, 3 points plus goal difference, and the game is over once you finish the last point, once the hooter goes. So if Örebro can manage to get a break here, they might close the game out quickly. Otherwise, we could be in for a journey.
Indeed, it's always the way in these tight games in Frisbee. You've got to score that last point when that points cap is on.
Deep pull. Easily fielded.
Oh, defensive pressure. Oh, and a fantastic layout D.
Using his pace very, very well to get the run through.
Oh, he's a good few steps behind, but as the thrower has perhaps just undersold his cutter, and the cutter sold down, he's made up those yards, and oh, and then the score as well. That's fantastic.
Now, James, I think that was a tactical error with 3 seconds left on the clock. If they had waited just that moment, they'd have closed out the game.
They would have. I think you've got to look at yourselves there and perhaps take a second, reset the disc and make it easy for yourselves.
Now they've got to play through a game to 10, giving Burjuman just that little glimmer of hope.
Yeah, they say it's the hope that kills you, but I think it's a long way back now. We haven't really seen Burjuman threaten the Swedish O at all, really, and they've struggled to convert their O in this second half. So I think this will be a long way back now. Oh, and a good effort there, shot in the downfield options, a deep cut under coverage, and yet another D. For 71, a foul called though.
Looks like calling a strip. Seems to be signalling that the disc was in his hand, and then he got knocked. He's signalling a contest to the foul. Discs going back. Starting to see that intensity that we've missed for most of the game. Hammer over the top, opening up the field and an easy assist. So a 2-point difference means the game continues. Still a game to 10. Very deep blading pull, well fielded. Still in their own end zone. I think Örebro were going to...
Oh! And there it is, that defensive pressure that we've been calling for, but...
Foul called.
Once again, we'll have a discussion between the players. It looks like once again another claim that the frisbee had been caught before the defender made the play.
Contested foul, disc goes back. Disc sent up. It's deep. Can he keep it in? No, it's out the back.
Big celebrations from the French there as they're able to put that pressure on. If they can convert this, it'll be a much harder game.
We're now into overtime, eating into the next game slot, so this is a really long game now. Pierre Lemel with the disc, setting up into a horizontal structure.
Not liking those early options he sees, getting high in the stall. Just an easy reset in the end.
Nice backdoor.
Oh, that's going to be...
How were his feet?
It's going to be close. The player
He's called in.
He thinks he scored.
I have to see the replay.
Oh, there might be a player in the way on the sideline here.
Can't see on the screen. Trying to look at the video ref, but it's very hard to see people crowding the line.
Yeah, I think the correct decision there, just send that back. It was close. And without that conclusive evidence, I think it's best to do it again.
Easy goal to finish. Well worked by Burjuman. Looking very, very happy to get the shot now. 1 point in it. Break just when they need. And the game continues.
Just looking at the body language of both teams here, it's clear it's been an intense game. Both look gassed. They look like they're running out of steam, running on just the adrenaline of a close game now. And that's often the difference at the end, that small amount of fitness, that small amount of adrenaline that takes you over the line.
I think as long as Örebro keep their cool, they should be comfortable putting it in with this format. Big field, lots of space, only 5 aside. Let's see how they get on. Fielded quickly.
Working it up nicely.
And a comfortable finish for Örebro, taking the win.